We've come a long way this week, and I've made some decisions that surprised me. Well, the first thing that happened is that I completed the Borg Resurgence event on my Jim Hadar character and picked up the Distributing Nanoprobe Assimilator console, which, if you haven't seen the review for that I put up yesterday, you can find it here. I made my way to level 20, and that only means one thing: time for some new pips. Gotta look the part after all. It also means I got a new ship, which I suppose is probably just as important. I decided to go with the Research Science Vessel because of the console that I just got, which has a really short point-blank AoE radius of only 3 kilometers. So I figured a gravity well would come in pretty handy, and it was the only ship I could get that would give me a gravity well. After that, I went out and picked up one of my favorite weapons that I hardly ever use anymore on my main account, the Kantari missile launcher from Smoke and Mirrors. I did this in part to pair up with a particular duty officer we'll talk about in a moment. I also unlocked the R&D system at level 15 and began doing the upgrades for the beam school. I went to the C-store under personnel and claimed the lower decks duty officers, which includes Boimler, who can trigger a radiation cloud sometimes when a regular torpedo hit lands, which pairs perfectly with the Kantari missile launcher as it's a radiation-themed missile and it has a short cooldown. Speaking of duty officers, I went ahead and set up my ranks. It's a motley crew for sure, but they're definitely getting the job done for what I need them for right now. I continued to play and made my way up to level 30. Alright, time for new pips again, and a new ship. May surprise you to find out I went with another science vessel, this time the Intrepid. I really didn't think I was going to be picking this many science vessels, but having Photonic Officer as a cooldown management and a gravity well was just too much to let go of. So now with a Commander Science seat, I was able to get Photonic Officer 3, which is practically an all-in-one cooldown solution, while keeping Gravity Well rank 1. Normally, at higher levels of play, you'd swap that around and have a lower rank of Photonic Officer, but Gravity Well rank 1 works just fine during the leveling process. Things that are really good at max level aren't necessarily just as good when you're leveling up. Case in point, the inhibiting secondary deflector I'm using. I have no incentive to use any other powers than control powers, so I may as well use the secondary deflector that's going to complement my setup anyway. I also had a bit of dilithium saved up, and that means Phoenix boxes, the first 10 pack of the account. And boy did I get lucky. I got 6 rares, 3 very rares, and 1 uncommon. And that very rare was what I was really banking on because I wanted the Bajoran Warp Core to go with the shield I had already picked up from Scolius and Calyptus. I'm sure I just butchered the name of that. I was also able to get the Bozeman Impulse engine and the Dynamo console with the other 2 very rare tokens, giving me some much needed upgrades to my kit. I also acquired a bunch of skill points, so I was able to spruce up my skill tree for some extra damage, speed, and control X. I did most of my leveling this week in patrols, but I did fit a few missions in there. So, what are my plans for next week? Well, I need to get to level 40, of course, and get my level 40 ship. I also want to get the Fekiri Torment engine from Leap of Faith, but I should also start working on my alt characters as I still only really have the one Jim Hadar. I need to get 2 more up and running, and I haven't really done anything with my Klingon recruit, so I need to get her in shape as well. Resources have been tight, and I've been definitely running on a grab bag of stuff, but it's been okay. I'm starting to feel the increase in difficulty as I level up, but I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. Much of the best equipment I'll eventually use is going to come from fleets and reputations, both of which I don't really have access to right now. But by doing the patrols to help level up as the bulk of my content, I'm slowly acquiring a war chest of reputation marks, which will help me in the endgame. If you want to see what my progress is like next week, then don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified when my new videos come out. I'd like to say thank you for watching, and a special thank you to my channel members. As always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
This video was made possible by that one ad you've already skipped 100 times, and by contributions from members like you. Thank you.